And how does it feel to bring the title back to the U.S. after 15 years?
It feels really good to bring it home. Finally, it's been a long time. It's been a lot of tries for me and a lot of cracks at it, a lot of close races. I finally put it together.
Yeah.
You're listening to
If Shoes Could Talk,
a podcast brought to you by the Middle School Shoe Club of East Jordan, Michigan.
Dream big, set goals, work hard, and give back.
I think my running shoes would be very upset with me. I think they would complain about the beating they take, and they would wonder why I land with such a loud strike every time. My wife always gives me a hard time that I'm a loud runner. So I think my shoes take the brunt of it.
Today, we're honored to host a famous graduate of East Jordan, Michigan, an athlete whose achievements span every season and terrain, Josiah Middaugh. Josiah's journey as a multi-sport athlete has been defined by relentless determination and unmatched versatility.
He's a world-class competitor, earning the coveted X-TERRA World Championship title, which is a triathlon on swimming, mountain biking, and trail running. He also got 15 XTerra National Championship wins and excels in snowshoe racing, winter triathlons, long course triathlons, and fat tire biking.
His career spans over 3 decades, but now, after 30 years of amazing races, Josiah focuses on his coaching business and helps others achieve their potential. He combines his passion with science, embodying perseverance, adaptability, and a love for sport. But he's also humble and is known to never back down from a challenge. So welcome to the podcast, Josiah. Hello, my name is Peter. I know you've never exited a race before you finished it, but have you ever had an epic fail, per se, in one?
I've finished every professional race, but there is one race that I wasn't able to finish, and it was when I was in high school. I ran the 3,200 meters at the regional meet when I was a freshman in high school, and I got lapped on the track by the guy who was the state champion. And when you get lapped on the track in the regional race, they pull you off the track, and I wasn't able to finish the race. And to this day, that's the only race that I haven't finished.
Hi, I'm Zaiden, and was there ever a time when you questioned your path as a multi-sport athlete?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times. I think that one thing that I always had a pretty good perspective on was that I always had really short-term goals. So my goal, when I was your guys' age, the sport that I ended up doing, I didn't even know existed. So my goal was just to get better. So it was just improvement. It might have just been a goal to make the varsity team. It might have been a goal to get, top 10 at the conference meet. Eventually I ended up second in the state in cross country and track, but that wasn't my original goal when I set out. And so the same thing carried over to my adult life. I didn't have a goal of being a world champion triathlete when I first started. I just wanted to improve. So I think if you stay focused on the process and focusing on making yourself better a little bit every day, then that's how you achieve really big things.
Who were your mentors when you were our age?
Well, I would definitely have to say my dad got me into the sport of running. My older brother was an amazing 3-sport athlete in football and basketball and track. And so chasing him around, that was a huge part of my success, being one of 3 boys. And I had a couple pretty amazing coaches, Dennis Snary and Matt Peterson, were my cross-country coaches in high school. And I was pretty lucky to have somebody who believed in me. And, again, just getting a little bit better every day. My goal was not to be one of the best in the state. It was just to get a little bit better, a little bit faster.
How do you react when you encounter failure in a race or even in training or in personal life?
Failure was a really important part of my career, and how I reacted to those failures made all the difference. So I really try to think about failure as learning. and as information. And a lot of times that means a reality check. A lot of times when I failed, it's when reality doesn't meet my expectations. So that I thought I was going to do one thing, perform a certain way, and I came in way below those expectations. And so that the easy thing to do is to give up or to throw a pity party for yourself. But I think the most important thing is how you respond to those failures. And so do you go to work? Do you formulate a plan? Do you work harder, work smarter? That would be a positive response to that failure.
My name's Bradley, and what would you say is the most satisfying thing about you coaching?
I would say the most satisfying thing is just helping people achieve their goals. So giving them the path toward that goal, and then seeing the growth in those athletes, and seeing those really small goals grow into big goals.
Do you think it's important to push yourself to your limits, and do you think people should push themselves to their limits?
Yeah, I think that's what's so amazing about sport is that there's very few places in your life where you can test your limits. You can find out what your limitations are. And that's what sport has taught me more than anything, is it's taught me what my limits are, and being able to, like, I think of it as a form of self-expression, where you can just give it 100%, like completely empty the tank, and you strip everything away. And that's how you find out something about yourself.
Do you raise your kids with the same grit you have?
I think that it's important that a parent models the qualities that you want to see in your child. And so I wasn't a super strict parent. There's certain expectations, but I never pushed them in sport. I did not, coach them to be child champions or anything, but it was more about just modeling behavior. And I think they saw the things that I was doing and realized that it kind of what it took to get to a certain level. And they've adapted some of those things.
What would you say is your favorite part about watching your kids race?
I've always just loved watching my kids do anything. And so it was never about, whether or not they were going to win a race or something, but even, watching them as little kids playing soccer, watching them play basketball, I could watch them do anything, and just, watch them kind of put it out there. And just the lessons that they learn through sport, I think, are so valuable.
Are there any lessons that you've learned while growing up in East Jordan that you still use today?
In East Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think of East Jordan as a working class town. And I think that a lot of those qualities that I carry with me today, the lessons of hard work, that putting in that hard work is a reward in itself. I think I'd learned that growing up, hauling and stacking wood. And I think the mentality, the mindset you get growing up in a place like that, where, it's a lot of hardworking people, and they have a really strong sense of community. And I think I'll always carry that with me.
You're listening to If Shoes Could Talk, a production of the East Jordan Shoe Club, walking in others' shoes for empathy and inspiration for your own powerful journey.
Hi, my name is Abel, and what is your favorite stage of a triathlon?
Oh, probably the bike. I think that enjoyment in endurance sports has a little bit to do with the speed you're going. And so I think since bike is the fastest thing, I think it's a little bit more exciting, a little bit more fun.
Thank you, Josiah. Awesome.
Hi, my name is Rylan McVannell. And my question is, if you could trade places with any athlete for a day, who would it be, and what sport would you try to dominate?
Oh, let's go with Michael Jordan, early 90s. Oh, I think he was the GOAT. He was the greatest basketball player of all time, I would say.
Michigan or Michigan State?
Oh, that's tough. Let's go Central Michigan.
You have lost my respect. Goodbye, good sir.
Okay.
I will not talk to you again for the rest of this period.
My name is Maddie, and my question for you is, what is one of your favorite memories while going to school in East Jordan?
Well, definitely my favorite sporting memory was hitting that buzzer beater shot against Boyne City in about 1995. No, maybe 94. That was like that is right up there with me winning the world championship. The feeling I got. And so everybody in the town would come to those games. We had a really good team, and Boyne City was a big rival. And so I hit a buzzer beater shot because I was taking my brother's place in the starting lineup. So that was probably my best sporting memory at East Jordan.
Thanks so much for being here, Josiah. It's so cool that you're an East Jordan alum, too. You left behind an amazing legacy for us, and you definitely represent the Shoe Club's values. Best of luck in all your future races and endeavors, on and off the course.
Thank you, Josiah.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Anytime.
Follow these students' work online at shoeclub.org and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more If Shoes Could Talk.